Joining us now is Nick Fiorentino, who is on the coaching team with the Chrome Professional Lacrosse team, who are in Utah right now at a 20-game, 16-day tournament without fans. Nick, how's it going out there?
Well, it's good. I'm just got breakfast. It's pretty. The ship that's run here is real tight. It's been phenomenal. The Premier Lacrosse League's doing this right in the whole COVID situation, and we've gotten through 2 games here, and we got another one tonight against the Archers Lacrosse Club.
All right, so first of all, let's talk about lacrosse on national television, replacing the Olympics, right? So how did this even, come to be, and what do you think it's going to do for the sport of lacrosse? And of course, how's your team doing?
So when COVID hit and sports started shutting down and schools were going to remote learning, obviously the heads of this league understood that it's going to be a completely different situation than what was originally planned out. And so there are a few different options on what we were going to do, and then they presented to us that we were heading to Utah, and we were able to get NBC primetime slots and NBC Sports, and then we also have a few games that are on NBC Gold, and it was something to where you're going away for 3 weeks, you're in a bubble, and the concept of bubble, no one really understood what it took, what it takes, and how you have success in that bubble, right? And so, but it is legit here. Through the COVID testing that we had to do, from the staff to the coaches to the players to to how it's run, from the hotel to the shuttle to the facility, the meals, all this stuff has been outstanding. And now that we're on national television, it's something to where the sport's getting views that I think that the average person who's just a sports person is now watching. They can become interested in the sport and want to watch more, which is
Sure.
only gonna benefit the sport, right?
Well, I think it's just a testament really to the sport of lacrosse and how far it's come. I mean, even 10 years ago, not what it is today. So my question is, and I hope that this reaches some kids here, how do kids like you, Kenny Nims, the Powell brothers, the Kaufman brothers, the Gate brothers, go from Northern or Central New York to a championship or tournament like you're at right now, whether coaching or in the game?
Yeah, I mean, I think
because you could tell us you did it.
Yeah, I think it starts. What really happens is you fall in love with the game. You have an unbelievable strong passion for the sport, for the roots of the sport, for understanding the history of the sport of lacrosse, and knowing that yes, it's a sport and a game, but it brings so much more to you as an individual and a group that makes it so special, right? And so it's you fall in love with it and you work your tail off, and you have that value system to where you want to be great, and you want to outwork the person next to you, and opportunities arise from that. And so if you are a young person out there who absolutely loves having a stick in your hand and playing this great game, it's that next step is hitting the wall. I remember I was at South Jefferson lacrosse camp when I was probably 8 years old, 10 years old, whatever it was. I don't remember exactly, but I watched Casey Powell give a wall ball demonstration, and a school brick is all of this big, right?
Sure.
And he threw it on the same brick probably 10 times in a row, and it that stuff makes a huge impact on a young person's life when you really love the sport. And so
I'm
for
hoping
me,
these extra eyes get to help more people see this great sport, because it's fun to watch, and not only just men's lacrosse, now of course with women's lacrosse as well. And I hate to move this along to something that's not fun, and you're probably tired of talking about it, but we have to talk about it. You mentioned it briefly, all this COVID stuff. People are curious though. How is this working in professional sports? Is it as strict as they're telling us? And kind of like, what does the process look like?
Yeah, I think it depends on that. It really has a lot of onus on the individual as well, right? And so, you know, there's around 300 of us involved in this league here, and we had to self quarantine for 2 weeks before we took our first test, right? Our first COVID test,
Yeah.
and we took that on, I believe it was July 15th, and then that got shipped off, and if you were positive, you weren't allowed to travel, right? And so that was the first step. And then once we arrived in Utah, we immediately got into the hotel. I mean, it was pretty funny. We're in a line waiting to go into one of the meeting rooms and sit in a chair that's 6 feet away from everyone else, social distancing. We all have masks on, all that stuff, and then you take another test, and we had to quarantine again for 24 hours until those results came back, and everyone was negative, which was awesome. So then the next day we were allowed to practice, and so we had our training camp, and then at the end of training camp we actually took another test, right? And so then once that was all cleared, then we were able to get into our games. And so
Okay, so I do want to just say, for people who haven't been tested yet, I just went through my own COVID experience. It's not a pleasant, I mean, it's important to do, but not a pleasant thing to be doing this many times. I mean, they shove that thing all the way up to your brain, pretty much.
we were fortunate. Ours was saliva, so we were spitting into a
Oh,
tube.
you son of a gun! Of course it was.
Yeah, yeah. So we got away with one there as opposed to the nose one, but no, and then everyone's cleared from there, and now we're off to the races. But it's pretty cool to see the amount of respect that everyone has for wanting to make sure to do their part to make sure this happens. So no matter
that's
where
really going to come, whether it's professional sports, whether it's going back to work. I think you're right. That's what it's all coming down to. Nick, I know that you have to get to practice, so I don't want to keep you for too long here. I appreciate you sliding us in. I'm glad you're staying healthy. I'm glad the team's staying healthy. It's great to hear of all those tests coming back negative, and we have been rooting you on here from home. When's the next game, and are we going to win this thing or what?
That's the plan. You know, I think especially at this level, we never go into a game looking to lose. So we're going to go out there and chase after that W. And tonight, NBC Gold, and I think we're at 7:30. I'd have to double check, but that's tonight. We play the Archers Lacrosse Club, Premier Lacrosse League.
All right. Well, like I said, we'll be cheering you on from home, and good luck, and we'll see you back on the river soon.
That's right. See you soon. Take care, Alex.
Thanks.